one of the most challenging roles that you've ever taken on. This is a very sensitive storyline, and there's, I'm sure, stuff you can tell us and things that you can't. But it's been quite a tough role for you.
It is, and I think as the story unfolds, it will get more and more tough, because at the moment we're just kind of touching the surface with the storyline that we've been working on with the NSPCC, and that will continue, and more will unfold, and it's
the story of abuse. And
can we talk about Pete? Do you think Pete, Reenie's boyfriend?
Sure. Yeah, I think the character of Pete is the boyfriend of Reenie, and because Reenie's so damaged, she feels this desperation to have a man in her life, love, protection, almost a father figure, because that was something that was very lacking in her upbringing. And so she's so keen to have him around, and Portia basically suggests something that has happened with Pete many years ago. And because Reenie's almost like in denial, she has like a...
And he's manipulative
and
as
he's
well.
very manipulative. He comes across as being a very charming man.
Very innocent.
Absolutely. And yeah, so we see more and more, and Reenie finds out more and more as the storyline continues all the way through this year.
I think when you're doing, you mentioned the NSPCC, and you work very closely with them for this storyline. I'm guessing as an actor you feel a certain responsibility when you take on a role like this.
Absolutely. I think, you know, the thought of being able to raise awareness about a situation like this and about this kind of storyline is just so important. And I think, you know, in terms of, you know, taking on board the role, that was something that I was very high up there, you know, protecting children. And we did meet up with like sort of 10 or 11 young victims and survivors of abuse, and they were so brave. They were amazing human beings, and we just think that by telling this story as truthfully and as carefully as we possibly can, that if we can raise awareness and even a handful of children come forward and say, actually, I can relate to what's happening on that screen, I need to talk to someone.
It's such a great thing that all of these shows do, the continuing dramas, the Corries and the EastEnders and the Hollyoaks and the Emmerdales are raising issues like this, which is terrific and a wonderful thing to be able to do. Well, we can't stop without talking about your hair. I mean, I'm used to sitting next to one gorgeous brunette here, but for goodness sake.
Well, thank you.